Hi guys and welcome. So this week's vlog is all around doing my washing, cleaning like that whole stash that I took to Center Parcs with me. If you've not seen that episode, go back one. You'll be able to see Center Parcs and like the kind of reusable nappies that I've taken, the nighttime nappies and even the swimwear. Long story short, I came back last night and ended up pushing everything that I could into the washing machine because I didn't have enough for basically in the next couple of days. So I knew that I needed something ASAP, basically in terms of reusable nappies for my baby boy. So they are now on the washing line, which I'm going to show you. I didn't actually end up showing you me putting it up last night because it was just so late and dark and I thought there's just no point. So I'm going to walk you through it today and I really hope that it is just as informative anyway. Apologies about the background. Obviously we've moved house, it's week 2. We've had no time to figure out what my setup is going to be, but I'm very excited to get a setup very soon. So keep watching this space. Is that the right phrase? Watch this space, that's it. Great, so let's get to it. Here is my full stash of all the dirty nappies. This one has some towels, so maybe I'm cheating a little bit by saying it's all of it, but most of this and all of these bags are chock-a-block with reusable nappies that have been used during Center Parcs. So the plan is basically to put all of these into the washing machine right now, even though I'm super tired. We've just come back. We've just had a cheeky KFC as well, and basically to put them in the washing machine so that they can dry by tomorrow because I am running out. I have about 1 or 2 nappies left, even at home, that are dried and weren't dry for me enough to take to Center Parcs. So basically I'm going to be using those. But as always, I do have a few to spare that are disposables that are from my sister, so none that I've bought myself. And basically let's see how it goes.
I'm looking up from my window, sun's coming up like the day before. You're like a stone on my pillow, I don't make a sound when I shut the door.
Don't worry, I washed my hands before I picked up the camera again. I was going to show you the washing machine and how much I have in there, but first I just wanted to say, so excuse the mess in the background, we're still moving, so it's a little bit still crazy, especially in the kitchen. But I have 16 reusable nappies in the washing machine, plus some of the ones that I had before we went to Center Parcs, and just now he's done poopies as well. So I'd say that's about 4 a day, so I've worked it out pretty spot on. I've also got 3 nighttime reusable nappies in there, and as I said before, we ended up using for one night a normal nappy as well. So I guess I didn't have to have too many because I used the reusable nappies as a nighttime nappy, but at the same time I have 1 to spare now. So that's going to be interesting whilst these ones dry. So I'm going to show you the washing machine. As you can see, the washing machine is chock-a-block, and I've put away the liners. I'm going to put them into a biodegradable doggy bag. We use those for like Casper poops, and these I'm going to antibacterial those to make sure that they are fit for purpose. I don't usually put them into the washing machine because I don't feel like they need it. An antibac will do them perfectly well, but if they do still smell, I will put them into the washing machine. So now I'm going to stick this on, but before I do that I need to put in washing stuff. So I've been told off many a time about using conditioner, so now I'm not. All I'm using is a lid of Ariel, and it's the colour one. So I'm going to pop this in carefully, close it, and I now plan to put it onto the baby items wash. So I believe the baby items wash might have a pre-wash setting. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's what my mum-in-law said. because she tried to do it on a normal wash and she said that actually she found that it probably wasn't enough, that it still smelt a little bit. So I think that's actually what the pre-wash, or what it does. I should really know what all of these things mean. So baby items, usually an hour and a half. I think I'm going to leave it at 60 this time, and 1,000 absolutely fine for me. So I do think that this sign does mean pre-wash, but I'm not sure. What do you guys do on your washing machine and your washing routines for reusable nappies? I would really love to know, so please do comment down below and let me know. Cool, so let's get to it. I'll come back to this in an hour and a half.
We can spend all day in bed. I'll put the TV in the room. We'll have a Netflix marathon, Kenny G saxophone. We'll order in a bunch of food. I'll put your favorite music on, all the way baritone. Yeah. Shut the lights, go infrared. We can spend all day in bed. I'll get the wine and the corks.
Amazing, so I hope you found that useful, what I used for the washing machine and what I've put in, how I've put it in, and you saw like what I did with the wet bags and how much there was. So finally it is all up, and basically what I do is I prefer to use like these sock hanging things to put my inserts on. I love the fact that it only takes like the top bit. It's got plenty of room for like airing. It dries a lot better, I found. Obviously ignore the little socks and everything, but lots of inserts and boosters are on here. Because there was so much, I actually had to end up putting some of the boosters on here as well. So you'll find that a lot at the bottom I've actually put on there. And a trick that I found, either putting boosters that are quite thin at the bottom works well and they dry well, but also the boosters. So most of my boosters, so insert boosters, are from Bambino Mio. So I'm going to try and show you the label here. So Bambino Mio, really nice booster, really easy going, and I find that even doing that on an airer like this, it dries really easily. For my muslins, I fold them in half and put them on the airer. I found that works well. Obviously I prefer not to fold them up, but it's a way to save space. Usually they dry really quickly, really easily. And I've only found that I think I used 1 or 2 muslins during our stay at Centre Parcs. So I think that was absolutely perfect, and I shouldn't have bought any more. I've turned the air a little bit so that you can see it better. I wanted to show you the nighttime nappy over here, and usually what I do with this is earlier this morning basically it was like this, so I turn it around so that it gets dry a little bit quicker, and also I put it as close to this but without touching, because you don't want to burn the material. So although it's great for it to be close so that it dries quickly, it's not good to actually have it on the radiator, just so that you know, you don't want to ruin your reusable nappies or your inserts. And then these Bambino Mio ones, so they're all in ones. I usually just dry them on the air as well. Ignore Aiden in the background enjoying himself. But I'm actually really looking forward to using the garden to dry our reusable nappies. We just need to give it some TLC and for the weather to get better, and then we'll be outside in no time. Привет, малыш, чего ты делаешь? Играешь? Oh! So as a tangent, actually, we are going to try and change these floors, or at least clean them, because each time I come in here, it does smell of wee, and I'm really conscious that obviously we've got the air on here, but it's no, like, I don't think this is what it smells, because it never smelled in the other house. And when I smell it like close up, like, it doesn't smell of wee or anything. So I'm pretty certain that it's not the reusable nappies. But the other thing that I can do actually is move this area downstairs and then see if the smell persists. Maybe I'll do that. Oh, by the way, I've put the wet bags here because they dried in like no time because I anti-backed them. I didn't put them in the washing machine. So I guess that's the other thing to mention, the fact that even though I washed these, didn't put conditioner on them in the washing machine, as I've mentioned, they don't smell. They are very good. But I wanted to say that if yours still smell, the thing that I'd recommend is probably washing it 2 or 3 times. And I've not tried this myself, but somebody recommended bicarbonate soda, and I know that works really well for like stainage and cleaning, so perhaps that could work on your materials without ruining the materials. And the other thing is, watch my Littles and Blooms video, because I had terrible smell of like smoke the first time I got those reusable nappies, because they were second-hand. There were about 26 of them, and it obviously came from a heavy smoker, and perhaps not even smoke, perhaps something else as well. So maybe the wacky backy, who knows? But anyway, watch that video because I recommend other stuff as well. When it comes to the So 246 times later after that song being repeated. Basically that was stage number 2. So number 1 is washing it. Number 2 is putting it on the airer. So we did that and I showed you that. And the next stage that I'm going to show you is basically folding it all up and putting it all nicely together. Basically, there is probably a phrase for that of like preparing the nappies. Anyway, before I do that, I just wanted to show you what I have for today, because I thought I only had 1 or 2 left, but I managed to like scavenge, is that the right word? Find a few more inserts and nappies. So I managed to get about 4 or 5, so actually it should last us the whole day. And I have that spare nighttime nappy that we didn't use in Centre Parcs for tonight, because last night I just used an ordinary nappy. We'll see how it goes. Did you kid Hey, look nicely. So I have, see, so I've got a few inserts as well if I need to. I've got a few disposables that I still haven't used. They're from my sister, so actually they're second hand. Here you go, I've got a Bare Bots one. That's the nighttime nappy that I've meant, I think. Okay, so that one is one I've not had for a while. It's probably discontinued. And that's Petite Lulu, basically just like a woolen shorts. Aiden! Yes, he likes to throw things and then put things back, hopefully. So I've got a few spares at the back here as well. I've got this one we don't usually use. Aiden, перестань, пожалуйста. No! That's not very nice. Bambino pre-fold. So I think we're good for today, really. I've already used a couple, so that's why I've only got 2 left that are already folded up. But basically I better go and stop this little monster, and I'll see you when I'm doing the folding for this, once this is dry. It's 24 hours later and I am finally able to put at least half, I'd say maybe a bit more than half, together. So I'm going to do that now. I've got my trusted Fia bag to put like the put together nappies. I don't know why I've got such an issue trying to remember what it's called when you put the nappies together. Basically pre-made nappies. I've also got the basket that I use. I usually put this at the end of his crib so that it's just easy to grab and go, especially for my other half. So I'm going to get to that now. Quickly before I do though, just to say apologies about my voice. I managed to like grab some sort of sniffles, probably from Centre Parcs. So I've got like a runny nose and stuff as well. But yeah, I also need my fringe cut. So I have a very funny hair today, but excuse that and let's get to it.
How much I want you. Just looking at you makes my whole world spin. You don't have to wake up yet. We can spend all day in bed. marathon, Kenny G saxophone. We'll order in a bunch of food. I'll put your favorite music on, all the way baritone.
Just quickly, I was going to say that I'm pushing away the Velcro ones to the side, and the reason for that is because Nanny looks after him Wednesday, Thursdays, so I keep all the Velcro ones for her because she's got sensitivity in her hands, and so it's easier than to use the poppers, and basically the Velcro works a lot better for us there. So I'm putting them to the side so that I don't use them basically until that time. If I do have to use them, I'll have to use them and then wash them and try and dry them quickly in time for Wednesday, Thursday. But I'm hoping that I've got enough to make for the next couple of days. I've also put aside the nighttime nappies because it's not they're not fully dry yet, so only the covers are dry. So I've put them somewhere that I know where they are, so that when they are dry and I've put them together, then I can just bring that together and then put it /pop it into the bottom drawer.
We can spend all day in bed. I'll put the TV in the room. We'll have a Netflix marathon, Kenny G saxophone. We'll order in a bunch of food.
I thought I had a lot more dry than this, so actually ended up being mostly like boosters, and because you need to partner up boosters with inserts and other boosters, basically they don't work together like alone, as in like the boosters on their own. So yeah, I'm gonna have to wait, but I'm going to leave it there quickly. I did put the rest of my stash neatly into my lovely bag that I absolutely love. I'll link it down below. Yeah, absolutely chuffed about that. So many thanks to the lady who has provided that for me from Fia, so make sure to check that out. I've also put like the made ones into my lovely basket here. As I mentioned, the Velcro ones are now separated. I've added pre-folds for my nighttime nappies so that it's all ready to go once the other things are dry. And that's about it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that it made it useful and is helpful for you guys to understand after like you've used up most of your stash. So this is like 4 days worth of reusable nappies, how I've been washing them, how I dried them, and then 24 hours later I've managed to put together, let's say about half, maybe a quarter of that stash together. So yeah, I'm gonna wait for the rest of it and then do more probably either later on or tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time.